So, Bishop, could you tell us about what issues of the family did the Asian bishops really get to talk about, and which ones, according to your point of view, were really probably more relevant or probably more important to the bishops in general? And yeah, what were your insights about the small group sharings?
At first sight, it looked as if the working document of the Synod was more reflecting the European viewpoint on a number of things relating to the family. But as we got into the Synod, especially in the small groups, the voices of all the different nations, including Asia, came to be felt. In my group discussion, we were fortunate enough to have people from Philippines, from Indonesia in particular, and from India, among the many other groups, and plus from Kazakhstan. And so what we wanted to emphasize was that the big question that was brought out in the media, as if the Synod was dealing with this big question of divorce, remarried, or about homosexuality. These are not the big issues for Asia in general. And rather, it is a question of the traditions that we have had, the cultural traditions that we have, which are the strong support for life in the family. And particularly in our workshop group, for example, we insisted a lot on the fact that we have families that are solid in the faith in spite of many difficulties. And there are many ways in which the church has been guiding and accompanying the families. And what is it that makes our families particularly really being strongly founded on the practice of religion, on communication of the faith. And these issues that have been so much highlighted in the West, they become not exactly non-issues, but certainly they are not the ones that really engage our mind and our attention. Rather, it's a question of how to help the many young people, because our population in Asia is largely composed of the youth. I believe, like in my place, more than 30 to 35% of the people are youth. And so how to inspire young people with the desire to really live out a family life. And also, particularly the question of preparation for marriage, so that we help our people to move from the remote, the proximate to the immediate, and the accompaniment of those who are married in the years that follow their celebration of marriage. The other question that came up, especially from us in Asia, is the fact that we are living in the midst of many other religions, whether it's Islam or Hindu or many other traditional religions of the tribal people. And so the question of interreligious marriage, also disparity of cult in technical canonical language, is another feature that also is brought up by us. And the multicultural setting of Asia itself is a challenge for us to think about the family according to our own cultural context, our own religious context as well. So we feel satisfied that by the end of the Synod, Synod Fathers have taken notice of the fact that we are not a monocultural group that is in the church, but really the church is a universal, is a church that is composed of so many cultures, and particularly acknowledgement has gradually to be made more and more about the fact that the church and the population of the world is going to be more in Asia than in the rest of the world. So we thank God for this opportunity, and we hope that the Synod will help us to reinforce the many efforts we have been making to strengthen the family life, to help our youth in particular to look forward with hope and with joy to the future of their lives.